Hello, my English Comp 1 students. I wanted to touch base with you as you guys are embarking on your cultural analysis essay. So I want to make sure that when you are writing this, that you're actually writing an analysis. You can't just tell me about something. You have to tell me about the impact that it has had. So you're going to be taking how there has been something in society that has happened that has changed a culture, or vice versa, and how or why. So a lot of you, let me think of an example that wouldn't give away anybody's topic. Well, let's just say that you were talking about, and this is kind of a common one. The one of social media is the one that like everybody's doing, it seems. So if that's the one you're doing, and I've already sent out one video about this, but you can't just tell us about social media. You need to make sure that you're going in an original direction. You can't just say social media has altered our communication. That's really cliched. So you're going to have to really look at something more on a grander scale. So if you're looking at, so I'm going to use the social media one as a very simplistic example because I don't want anybody being this quote surfacey. But social media has changed the communication within our youth. That is a change. That's looking at how something has impacted or shaped or altered something in a very simplistic, cliched way, because you wouldn't have anything new to say to that. If you're looking at some of the topics are like parenting and like youth. So you wouldn't want to just tell me about parenting. Well, what has happened to alter parenting? And have we as a society adopted maybe an overall parenting style? Has something happened to impact the way that we parent, and that has had an impact? What is the impact? So you're looking at the change, the societal change, not just, I'm going to tell you about this. So you really have to be analytical with this. When I'm giving the feedback, I'm just looking really to see if you're going in the right direction of it being analytical and looking at your source. So what I want to do now is walk you through a source usage here. So we're going to make it really, really simple. So I'm going to make, so if you could see here, Calibri 11, leave it. Okay, that is the font that you should use. Don't change it. I am changing it to make this bigger to show you. Okay. You are going to have, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to give you the title. Articles of titles are in quotation marks. So let's say, okay, this is our title. All right. Notice the capitalization. We're using MLA. Okay. So let's say that our author is Joe Blow, and this was on page 5. Okay. So here's how you can do this. Okay, so you have a long title, so you're going to shorten it, okay? Let me make me smaller here. It might not let me. Oh, let's go to the next one. Well, I'm trying to give you guys an example, but it keeps fixing things for me. So, okay, hold on. And it went away. There we go. Let's say that you give your, now make sure it's short. You can use a direct quote. You can use a direct quote, or you can paraphrase it. How I just had it would be a paraphrase. You can do it in just a sentence. And let's say the article was all about yellow. It talked about how yellow was great. So now, here's how you would do this. I have summarized this article. So now I'm going to put the last name, page number, note where my parentheses are, note where the period is. Okay? Let's say that I wanted to use a direct quote. Notice where I'm going to notice where my commas are, my quotation marks. Notice where my periods are. Okay, that's one way. Here's another way. Same thing. Can't type now. We're going to just pretend that did not capitalize it so I can get done with this. Okay. One of two ways, so don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. You will have a separate works cited page, so you can do it just like this. So on your works cited page, you only have to have one source, and it goes in your first body paragraph. This is a requirement, okay? So your works cited, do not make this bigger. This is only bigger for example purposes, okay? So Calibri 11, or if it's Times New Roman 12 is okay. You're going to center that. You're not going to bold it, nothing. You're going to go down, you're going to come back here. And it's going to be author, and then it's going to be the journal that it came out of in italics, and then the issue number and the volume number. And then when you come down to this next line, it's the hanging indent. So that's underneath there. So if you don't know how to do that, you're going to right click, paragraph, special, hanging. That's how you do that, okay? So just to recap, make sure that you are going in an analytical way. That is a requirement. So make sure that you are really analyzing and not just telling us about something, or you're going to be either unhappy with your grade or unhappy with the revisions that you're going to have to do. But sometimes making revisions is great. That's great practice writing. So if you have to do that, don't be discouraged. But then this is how you will do the citation. So I hope this helps. And if you have questions, then let me know.